Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be not really a Mercari haul. I accidentally titled it, so I'm going to have to edit this later. I bought this all from Scented Princess on Instagram. She was doing a little candle destash and I hopped right on that because she had some really good candles. Some I want some backups of. One that I've never had before and I got it for such a good deal. And the shipping was actually free. So there's that. I'm going to be doing like a live unboxing thing, so there is going to be like rattling of like the packing materials and everything. So just a heads up if that bothers you. I love that sound, so just a heads up for if that bothers people. This is actually 4 days late, and that's just my dog. So it arrived 4 days later than it should have, at no fault to the seller. This is all on the shipping carrier. They just, I don't know what happened. For 3 solid days it stayed as in transit to next facility. But it's arrived here. I'm hoping nothing's broken. I just cut open the top of the box. I'm going to start pulling stuff out now. So yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking some of this bubble paper out, which I love it when sellers, package with a lot of material, because I like to as well. And then I can use this stuff as, free shipping material when I'm selling my own stuff. So it's like getting free packing material. It's just awesome. I love it. So this one I'm going to save for last because that's the best kind I got, actually. And I'm hoping I can just take these all out without having to get a knife or anything. But I don't know for sure if I will or won't be able to as of yet. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start with this one. This one was $10. And typically I'm not a fan of quotable candles. I'm really not. Now, certain quotable candles I do like. Sorry, that was just the wax. It's very loose from being cold. Anyway, I do think some quotable candles do look really cute. This is probably the best quotable candle, the best looking quotable candle that I've seen personally. And it's in one of my absolute favorite scents. This is one of the first candles I've ever fully burned through from Bath & Body Works, like almost a year and some ago. Almost a year and a half ago, actually. Whew. Sorry. So I wanted this packaging of it, but I couldn't. And I had to get it in the mixed materials collection, which is still very beautiful. I love that collection, especially the candle specifically I got it in. It was the marble wood grain pattern lid. So the candle is Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. I love the bat. I love the black glass jar. I just loved everything about this. And this is one I wanted Halloween time of 2017 when this first came out. And the scent is one of my absolute favorites, bourbon sea salt caramel, with notes of barrel aged bourbon, soft caramel, and coarse sea salt. This, you do pick up that really sickeningly sweet caramel, but there is definitely that sea salt note to it, where it's not as harsh as maybe like what's a good caramel candle, to use an example? It's not like the caramel you can get in like Vanilla Bean Noel, where it's very subdued. That it's sweet, but it's not as heavy as this. If that makes sense. This is not that sea salt note. It definitely feels very authentic, and you do get like that alcohol type note that Bath and Body Works uses with their bourbon scents. And I just love this one so much. So I'm glad to finally have a Eat, Drink, and Be Scary, and I will be keeping this jar once I'm probably going to chop this one up, but I am going to keep this jar. I'm actually chopping up like all of these, really. Anyway, I love this jar, and I'm finally glad to have one. And for $10 in free shipping, if you hear that, that's my dog. I've already said it, but I feel like it just needed to be said again. Sorry, I'm just moving some of this bubble container. All the candles are like wrapped up in this stuff, and there's plenty of this stuff inside the box itself. So free shipping material, I'm definitely not complaining. So this one's going to be pretty loud. This one, the bourbon sea salt caramel, eat, drink, and be scary, didn't have a whole lot of this stuff on it. This one definitely does. I'm sorry, my dog is... I think he's mad because his Uncle Randy went outside to go to the basketball court without him. I think he's a little bit upset. So, anyway, this one was $9. And the scent is amazing. The packaging is literally the worst. Well, one of the worst candles ever. It's Girl Gang. Now, if this had been called like Girl Power, like the strawberry cupcake, I'm all about that. Believe me, it's just with the lightning bolts and the pink lettering, and it looks trashy. I mean, this was released for Candle Day 2017. I picked one up then, and I've chopped that one up, and I'm going to be using it this spring. And I have a pink bubblegum in the Sweet Shop collection, which will be staying in my collection. So I wanted to get like one more pink bubblegum to chop up in case I never bring it back. And again, getting these for pretty much what I'd pay for them in store after a coupon, I'm not going to pass that up. The notes on pink bubblegum are pink sugarcane, juicy watermelon, and vanilla. There's no watermelon note, honestly. It smells like that, just not generic really, but it's this very thick pink bubblegum. And what I mean by thick is I mean like it's the bubblegum with a duck. The Hubba Bubble, I can't say for sure because I haven't had that gum in a long time, but that used to be my favorite. But that's what this smells like. It's very thick. It's not like a thin piece of chewing gum. Again, it probably doesn't make sense, but from other bubblegum scents I've smelled that lean more towards that like extra plain bubblegum flavor bubblegum, this one definitely is like that really thick type of bubblegum, and I like it a lot. It's just, man, I hate this label. So there's that. Okay, on to the next one. This one I was also very excited for. The next two are going to be $9. $9 is pretty cheap considering like people like destashing candles. When I mean some of these are selling for easily like at the cheapest I've seen like $12 plus shipping on Mercari. So I got some really good deals from Scented Princess on Instagram. She even has a few more that I'm looking at potentially purchasing, honestly, because a lot of them look really... Sorry, I just wanted to smell this one. They look very good. Some older type ones that I wanted to get originally, but I didn't want to know like for sure if I wanted to commit to it. Both of them. So plus they're $15 a piece. So I didn't know for sure if I wanted to do it. But anyway, if you spent $40 or more, you got free shipping. I spent $49 on all 5 of these candles. So this one is one of my favorites from the Test Lab collection. Definitely not my favorite, but I do have my favorite with me actually, and it's in my top 10 favorite candles of all time from Bath & Body Works. But this one is definitely a very nice scent. It's very nice. So, and it's the Test Lab Lavender Cacao with notes of English lavender, chamomile blossom and vanilla bean gourmand blend number 2. This one is starting to, I don't know if you can see it, but like right here, I'm pretty sure that's what's known as vanillin, which is like a vanilla, what's the word I'm looking for? It's what stains your warmers, like with Vanilla Cookie Crunch, why I smell it from like Walmart, for example. It's the vanillin scent in it. It's not like a vanilla fragrance oil. It's like a cheaper one that like stains your warmers and such. So I think that's kind of like what's going on here with like that separation. I don't mind though. I mean, I have one in my collection that hasn't done this yet, so this one will be the one getting chopped up. Honestly though, this is just like hot cocoa and cream mixed with like lavender vanilla. So I feel like this is something you can replicate on your own, but just to have, you know, one that was already perfectly blended. Now this to me is like 55 lavender vanilla mixed with 45% hot cocoa and cream. I just wanted to confirm that for myself, make sure I still thought so. And I do. It's very nice. I'm glad to have another one, pardon me, to be able to chunk up. So there's that. I'm going to bring them up a little bit closer, actually. Actually, since I only have 5, I think I might as well go and just do it like this. Sorry, I'm just trying to rearrange it. And sorry, my throat, for whatever reason, now all of a sudden is wanting to get all choked up. I don't know why. Now I've waited all day for these. I've been checking my door, throughout the day, and typically my packages get delivered between the time frame of 12/12:30, probably closer to 12:30. So let's just say 12:30 to 3:30. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's like 4:30 here now. And I was thinking, it's out for delivery in Kyle. Finally, it's finally updated like last night. And I was like, okay, great. It's finally going to be here tomorrow. And then it's getting like past 3:30. I'm like, great, it's just not going to be here, because I've never really had a package delivered any time later than 5. And that was like pushing it. And that's only ever happened once. So I just wasn't very hopeful that it was going to come, but it did. Everything was packaged perfectly. I thought something was going to arrive broken, because it was like MIA for 4 days, and I was really worried. But she packaged these things beautifully. I mean, with these things, you'd have to really, do some damage to break these candles with how much they're wrapped up in these bubble things. Like, just to show you, I won't show you the candle itself, I'll show you the jar. Like that. It's completely secured in this stuff. So, let me just go ahead and open this. Now, this one is my favorite. I'll just wait to talk until, sorry about that, I'll just wait until after I open them from now on. I wasn't expecting it to be that loud. This one, on the other hand, is my favorite. Oh, looks like there's a hair inside of the wax. Like, I mean, I just blew on the top of it because there's something else here, but no, there's like, I'll have to show you in just a second. There's literally what I assume is like a human hair in my candle. I think it's cool, but that's weird. I've never before in my life seen that. Wow, okay. Anyway, this is my favorite candle from the Test Lab collection, and is definitely in my top 10 favorite candles from Bath & Body Works of all time. Is it in my top 5? No. But it's definitely in my top 10. And that's just because it's such a unique scent. And this is not a scent you can just go out and find anywhere else. Like, even in vendor wax. Like, sure, you can find like a lavender chocolate scent or a bubblegum scent, or I never encountered anything like bourbon sea salt caramel, but I'm sure a vendor could get pretty close. This, I've never smelled in vendor wax before. I'm sure you can get something similar to it with a lot of effort, but I've never seen anything like it before. But I've gone long enough, and it is Sriracha Spice Blend number 27 with notes of Thai sriracha, jalapeno pepper, crushed coriander, and red chili. Now, I've said it before, and I'll say it again 1,000 times over. This doesn't smell like sriracha. This smells like fresh cut red bell peppers. I don't know why. I didn't even think that before. One night I was making this pasta dish. And I was cutting up the red bell pepper. And I was like, this smells so familiar. I think I have a candle that smells like this. And the last thing I was thinking was sriracha. I was like, I don't know why I have a candle that smells like this, but I just know I do. And I go, after I'm done, making dinner, I've washed my hands, cleaning everything, and I go back and I'm looking, I was like, what in the world could smell like red bell peppers? Like, you'd think I would know, but I didn't, and I was just smelling my candles one by one, going through the weirder ones first. This is probably the 3rd or 4th one I smelled, and I was like, yep, that's it. And honestly, it smells just like you're, not the first cut, but like you've cut the top off, and you're cutting the insides out, and you've opened it up, and you're just gently chopping it, and that fragrance just hits you in the face, and it's lovely. I love it. And I only have 2 of them. I bought them 75%. I bought 4 originally. I have 1 for my collection. I already chopped up 1. So I only had 2 left. And I really, truly do not feel like they're going to bring this one back. at least not for a long time. And it'd have to be in some obscure like garden greenery type of collection slash garden party type of collection. So I really wasn't sorry. It was just bothering me that it wasn't facing as much to the camera as it could have. Sorry. I kind of lost my train of thought, but I guess we'll go ahead and finish it with. I wanted to have another one because I just love it so much, and I really don't feel like they're either A, going to ever bring it back out again, or it's going to be a very, very, very long time until they do. So, 3, do I feel like that's enough? Not really. I feel like 5 would honestly be enough to last me until they bring it back again, or until I can find something close-ish to it in vendor wax or vendor candles, but I love it so much. One of my absolute favorites. I'm glad to have another one. I love all of these candles, of course, but that one's one of the only ones in my like top 10, really. Okay, now I'm going to open up this last one, and this one was the best deal I got because of how hard of a scent it is to find and for the price I got it at. Okay. This candle I've never smelled before. I don't think that this is its original lid. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. This one I've never seen listed on Mercari cheaper than $16, and the ones listed now are like $18. I've never owned this candle. This was before my time in home fragrance, really. Like really being into home fragrance and candles and such. So with that being said, I wanted to smell it because I am not a fan of coffee fragrances. Paris Cafe nastiness, campsite coffee nastiness, count me out. It smells like, I'll say it again, this might gross some people out, whatever. It smells like moldy coffee grounds that have sit in the coffee maker for weeks on end and now are just now getting changed. I will stand by that until the day I die because that candle is disgusting. I will never understand its hype. I will never understand why people like it. It's gross. And there's nothing that can change my mind. I despise that candle. But I always hear people, and even in vendor wax and in other candles I smell, I'm just not a big coffee person. The white caramel cold brew one is pretty good. Cafe au lait from Yankee Candle, I'm just not that big into it. It's not as bad as Paris Cafe, but it kind of reminds me of it. So this one was old one. I know that Canada Kim talked about this one a lot. And it hurt for her a lot to finish the only one she had, I believe. And I just heard her talk about this one a lot. So I really wanted to try it. And the label's beautiful. I mean, I just had no reason not to try it at this point other than potentially hating it, which is a pretty good reason. But I wanted to try it. And almost everyone in the candle community thought this whole collection was going to come back for SAS. But for whatever reason, it didn't. I was hoping for like the Love one to come back, blueberries and cream, to be able to smell side by side to blueberry sugar. This one, so I'll stop talking and just go ahead and show you. Mocha Latte Swirl. Beautiful label. I don't know if this is its original lid or not. I'll try to do it without like showing my face or blinding you, but I don't know if that's its original lid or not. That's the Wicks. Beautiful, beautiful label. I love this label. The notes on Mocha Latte Swirl are, and this is back when they did like stories with them, recharged with the scent of a wonderful rich concoction of espresso and creamy caramel topped with whipped cream. This is even back when they were $22.50. Originally released in 2016 actually. So we're gonna go ahead and smell this one. Okay. This is amazing. This one I like a lot. I'm just going to warm it up just a little bit since it is still a little bit cold. I want to be able to smell it to like the best of my ability. Oh my goodness. This is the best coffee. You know, I'm glad I bought it now because now I know I love this one. This candle is amazing. I don't understand how they could not bring this back. I really don't. Okay, so Mocha Latte, I'll tell you the price in just a second. So Mocha Latte Swirl. Okay, the coffee is very, very, very much so buried in the back. I do pick up that caramel note, but I get a very, very heavy sense of a chocolate scent. And not like a hot cocoa and cream powdered chocolate. It smells like semi-sweet chocolate chips, like you'd use in like chocolate chip cookies almost. And they're slightly melted, like you just pull chocolate chip cookies out of the oven, minus the whole bakery gourmand scent. Like there's nothing about that. It's just that not melted chocolate, but slightly melted chocolate chips mixed with like, I'm talking like half a shot of espresso mixed with like a nice little drizzle of caramel. And it's very, very nice. I really, really like this one, you guys. It's not a nasty coffee scent either. It definitely has like a bitterness to it from that espresso note. And it's not coming from the chocolate. This was really, really good. I actually like that one. Probably, I mean, this might even be able to make it in like a top 20 list if I ever did like top 20 candles, maybe for 2020. This is definitely a great fragrance. I'm glad to finally have one for my collection. Not to the price. This candle was only $12. I found a mocha latte swirl candle for pretty much Bath and Body Works sale price with free shipping. That was a steal. I paid $49 for everything here, so if you average it out, it's, you know, less than $10 a candle. So I feel like I did pretty good. $9, $9, $9, so 27, 10, 37, so 12, 49. So $49 for these beautiful candles. I mean, for less than $10 each after shipping, because I always like to say when I get things like off of Mercari or whatever, I add shipping into that price because you're still paying for the shipping, which, I mean, I guess some people might not consider that like you're paying that in the price of the candle, but to me, that's how I look at it. So anyway, regardless, less than $10 per candle after shipping, I'm very, very happy. And with how things were packaged, like I would absolutely buy from her again, like hands down, 10 out of 10. This is great. So I'm very happy with everything I got. These two were definitely my favorites. This one because it's in my top 10 candles of all time, and then this one because this is a really good coffee scent. And I can see if Canada Kim for some reason is watching this video, I can see why you like it because this scent is amazing. Lavender cacao, really solid scent. Pink bubblegum, can't go wrong with it in my opinion. I love bubblegum. And bourbon sea salt caramel, an oldie but a goodie. So that's my $49 non-Mercari haul. I need to put it was like a, I don't know, I'll just put Bath and Body Works haul at this point. So thank you again, Scented Princess, for, you know, doing a destash and having such good deals on all your stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and end my video off here. Are any of these here your favorite candles? Do you wish any of these would like come back? I know bourbon sea salt caramel used to come back quite a bit, and I haven't seen it for a little bit now. Mocha latte swirl should definitely come back. Sriracha definitely should come back. Lavender cacao, I'd be alright if it, you know, didn't come back for a long, long time or didn't come back for a while, but I know that's a lot of people's favorites. I know some people don't like blending their candles together. They don't chop them up, so they can't like melt them together. So, in pink bubblegum, I feel like wasn't like everyone's favorite from the Sweet Shop collection, but it was definitely a solid scent. So, I'm going to end my video